What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the 606 Whateva podcast, where we touch on events and agendas around the world and feed them to you from a Chicago perspective.
Man, tell them I'm unapologetically black, melanin heaven. So keep your 2 cents. We charging much more about the rain on them. I can't contain it anymore. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
If you don't know me, I am Big Mel, aka The Premise. I got the panel. Do we really need introductions?
Hey, why not?
Y'all want them, because I had mine. Y'all want Charles, right? To my immediate left, we got my man Ray Skilly, aka the underground go to the hip hop game in the shot. Ray, what up, baby?
What's good, family?
I can't call it, just a functional alcoholic, you know. To my immediate right, we have Vince Sanity, aka Vince, aka Daddy Parks, my cuz. What up, man?
What's going on, man?
What we getting into today, y'all?
Man, it's so much, man.
There's a lot going on, man.
It's so much. Can I start with one?
Wait a minute, man.
I'm feeling good tonight.
First and foremost, let's put things in perspective. I said I was gonna do this. The immediate. I know we had like the snow situation. Yeah. We ain't get here. Yesterday was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even really want to discuss it, but there was a lot of moving pieces that something just did not want us to
record
do yesterday.
Right. Exactly.
So we here today. But we got a fallen soldier, man.
Yeah.
One of my homies. This brother was, I remember, so I met him through one of our homies, Bruce.
Yeah.
This is your wife's cousin.
Yeah.
And obviously he was like a brother to you.
Family.
This was basically one of the guys that, first of all, I'm 6'4". He's got to be 6'6", 6'7".
6'7".
He was 6'6", 6'7". We never could just, I'm a talker. Y'all know I'm a talker. Mm-hmm. This is the only guy that would kind of shut me down, right? And then I felt a certain way about it. Like I came over, I'm like, hey, bro. Hey, Bruce, who is this nigga, man?
Who is this guy?
So Bruce tells, when we called and he came in, first of all, R.I.P. rest in power to our brother Tremaine. R.I.P. When he came into town Friday for the funeral, those moments are always difficult, but then again, you see so many faces, and it brings back so many good memories. Yeah. But Bruce used to tell me all the time, I didn't know who was, y'all was like the biggest niggas I knew, and nobody could ever get y'all to shut up.
Right.
So, right before, maybe like late summer, I got my Export Fitness membership. I reopened it, just because we were talking and we was like, yeah, we gonna get back right and blah, blah, blah. And we went to my last funniest memory with bro was we went to Burlington Coat Factory. Okay. And he wanted to buy some gym gear, so he could, so we could start back working out, getting it cracking. And it was this lady in line. The line was long. You know how Burlington do, especially the Burlington out west. Like they got like 2 cashiers and it's like 85 people in line, and the cashiers are being lazy and they just purposely are going slow as hell, hoping they shift come before they have to take care of all these people.
No rush.
So this one lady was going in, bro. Like she was like, y'all motherfuckers don't understand. I got somewhere to be. Blah blah blah. Where's your manager? Where's it? She was going in, and me and Tremaine, we was laughing so hard, bro. We was looking at this lady like, is she serious? Because she wasn't even, first of all, she wasn't even waiting that long. It was like a 2-minute wait and she just went in.
It's 2 minutes too long.
So though that was like my last funniest moment with bro. I'm just so glad we got to connect because we hadn't talked to each other for like, man, maybe like at least 2 or 3 years before his demise came, man. So I'm appreciative. I thank God for that we at least got to connect. So R.I.P. to my man Tremaine. Rest in power, brother. We love you. We miss you. Gone too soon, man.
Yes, sir.
So moving on to some things. I know you said you wanted to open up with whatever you wanted to open up with, but let me just, roll things down. It's Black History Month.
Well, that's what I wanted, so let's do that.
Okay, all right. So, how do you... So I listened to a interview with Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen this interview before.
Oh boy, I think I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
So Morgan Freeman, and it was a lot of things I did. I'm like, not Morgan, not you.
Be surprised, man.
Not,
Be surprised.
He's
an American. Was that? Yeah.
So the man said, first of all, he's like, just get rid of Black History Month. This is a white guy interviewing him too. Like, even if I get what you mean, like, get rid of Black History Month. The white guy was like, get rid of Black History Month.
He's shocked. Yeah.
Are you? What do you mean by that? But he explained it as though like, well, we don't just need them. We are just history. We're not 1 month Black History. Black History spreads throughout the whole. And then that was one thing. I kind of got what he was saying, but it was like, I don't know, Morgan. You kind of on the fence here. And then what kind of threw me off completely was when he said, well, how do we stop racism? The man said, just stop talking about it.
Yeah.
I am a black man. If you stop calling me a black man and I stop calling you a white man, that's how we fix it. Well, duh, motherfucker. But people are not playing by those rules, so that's the whole purpose of how do we fix racism. Obviously, if we stop seeing race, we can do that, but when he said that, it just left a weird taste in my mouth about the brother, man. But I digress. We were talking about Black History Month. You guys don't even have to touch on that. I was just throwing that out there. But
touch on that.
You can, and then just bring it back positive. Yeah. What is? And then after that, talk about what Black History Month means to you. I got an interesting
theory with this, right? Because I've noticed people who, we look at certain people, their mannerisms and their previous interviews, we get the impression, we could tell who knows better and who don't know better.
Correct.
You could just tell just from hearing them speak on different topics. We would put Morgan Freeman in the he knows better category. Like Samuel L. Jackson, like Spike Lee, like it's Denzel Washington. Like we put certain people
Mr. Clark.
You know better category, right? I think
the enemy is here. This is him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
take the chain off them doors. That's him.
Want to smoke crack?
You smoke crack, don't you?
Morgan Freeman, and he's experienced racism, Jim Crow era.
Yeah,
he know what time
for sure.
But at the same time, Morgan Freeman is filthy rich, right?
Yeah,
let's go. There's some of our black celebrities, right? Not that they don't forget about racism, and they're not blind to racism, but it's a different feeling when you can walk in a place and you're Morgan Freeman versus you.
Let's go.
Somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? We can go somewhere. Me and you can go right now. We can go in the Gucci store right now. Walk in. How we dress right now? The hoodies, the whole thing. We already know.
You're not getting your sparkling water.
But they'll only accept us because they know us from the 606 whatever podcast.
Because they seen a podcast maybe, right? But they not rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? They looking at us.
I know what you're saying.
What are we doing here?
For sure.
We get a reminder more often than not of what race is in this country, personally, right? Because we the people who are the average people out here. Celebrities, they say they can relate, but I don't think so. Morgan Freeman goes in Gucci store, he's Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman go to any place in the world, he's Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson go any place in the world, he's Samuel L. Jackson.
He's different.
You're not gonna treat him
the same
like
way
you
you
treat
treat
another black man that walked in that place.
But you know what? You know what was funny, Vincent? You could touch on this since we done parked here. Your last name is Parks too. That was pretty.
Yeah, I see what you did.
But what's funny is Charles Barkley is a analyst, a personality that I disagree with a lot. He's like almost in the same boat as Stephen A. Smith to me. I don't think they're coons or anything like that, or Uncle Toms, but I just think that they are so detached sometimes that they don't understand what's really going on out there. But one thing, what you just said is Charles Barkley hit that when Shaq was saying something. Shaq was saying something like, well, he was kind of talking how Morgan Freeman was talking. And Charles Barkley said, well, Shaq, they don't view us like they view regular black people. No. And I was like, all right, Charles always do that shit though. It'll be one instance when I'm like,
you just read my mind. I was like, for every one
but then
thing
it'll
Charles
be
say,
somewhere he'd just be on some like Stephen A. shit. Even when he hit his black points, it just smells like he just trying to use the black card. But Charles sometimes like really be on that shit, like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like he just come off the top, like literally. But that's why I can't all the way get mad at Charles sometimes, because that statement was so true. And he ain't have to make it, you know what I mean? That statement was so true. So what you said, like, hit it right on the head, and that's racism. Like, stop talking about it. Come on, bro. It's not us.
No.
It's not us, Morgan. You know, it was the guy that was interviewing you.
And more often than not, because I don't remember the article I read to know the percentages, but more often than not, black people as a culture are more accepting of other cultures than any other culture in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you can come to our neighborhood, be any culture, and we'll accept you.
Yeah.
Like, we are so welcoming.
But we're the disenfranchised for one, and also our identity as a culture is slavery.
Yeah.
So other cultures come in here with an identity, like they could be like, yeah, my grandmother's mother's was in a small little hut in Mexico. If you go to whatever the name of the city and town is, that's where they could pinpoint where they derive from without even doing something like an Americanized Ancestry.com or something like that, which isn't 100% fluent anyway once you do get the results back. So our roots are basically based on slavery. So when we're so accepting about other cultures, and so it's because we don't have a place to stand when it's just us. Right. And that's our biggest issue. Like, being just us is not an option, really, because, like, you see, when we was just us, we were getting lynched and picking cotton. You know what I mean? Like, there's no pride in that. So why would we go back to that and form as Voltron, so to speak? That's our problem right there. I think that's when, and I'm not an expert on this, but I feel, we talked about this yesterday, people think we experts because we articulate our points so well. We'll talk about that later, Ray. But there is a certain, I think, subliminal disdain about where we come from. So that's the reason why we can't, hey man, let's just I don't care about any other culture. This what we doing. We doing this, and this. And it's so much of a force when we have to, like, this is a black owned, we have to, there has to be this overt scenario where we understand, like, this is a black owned situation, almost like you're teaching a toddler, right? But then other cultures are just locked in with it. Like, it don't even have to be spoke upon. Like,
there's a lot of pride with other cultures.
Exactly.
They're proud of their history. They're proud of their
Bam.
roots. They know it.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Ray. The pride level, because, and it's not our fault. Look what, you know what I mean? So you ask us to do certain things. It's just like in the pre-production when we were talking about technology, and I was like, well, my mother went 30 years without technology. It's hard to change. This is a 400-year situation we're talking about, man. Mm-hmm. And when people literally look at us and have this expectation that things should just snap back into place, it's crazy. Like, immigrants came over here understanding where their roots lie at, but they came over here to plant their seed here and make better movement. It was a scheme, it was a plot for them. Mm-hmm. For us, it wasn't like that. No. It's not a scheme or a plot. It's what we were subjected to, and it's all we have as far as culture and background, as far as we know. Right. You know what I mean? Like, they detached us. How do you detach somebody completely from their culture?
But that's the thing. Like, even if you do, Ancestry.com or whatever it is.
It's crazy.
Like, if you're lucky, if you're a black person, if you're lucky, you're able to trace your lineage maybe 100 years, 150 years, if you're lucky. And that gets you to slavery. Anything past that is an unknown. But you look at other cultures, hell, they're able to trace their lineage, 250, 300, 350 years. Easily.
Just by making phone calls to relatives.
Easily.
You know how much pride is everything, bro. Like, if you don't have any pride in where you come from, and this is false pride. Like, I'm an American. I'm proud. I helped build this country, which is true. Our ancestors, this country was built on their backs.
Yeah. I mean, you think
right,
about
but how it's like how we understand how not to be treated at work. And that is such a minuscule comparison to how we was treated as slaves.
I mean, you look at other cultures, it's like, oh, well, where's your family from? Oh, well, we, my lineage, we immigrated from Ireland, we immigrated from Germany. You ask, I'm not even trying to be funny, you ask the average black person, oh, where your people from? We from Mississippi.
Somewhere down south.
We from Georgia. We from Arkansas. And we don't know nothing past that.
But you know what? And this is what I say about that, because this is what I've been doing, like, for years with my kids. Because I had to accept the fact that I couldn't really trace nothing back.
For sure. And
my father didn't know his father.
Right.
Like, I can't even find my grandfather's information on my father's side. Like, it's all mixed up, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So my whole philosophy is, our legacy starts now. You base it on this. You know what I'm saying? And that's my advice to all of you as fathers. Like, our legacy starts right now. Our kids can trace back to their father. And our grandkids will be able to trace back to their grandfather and their grandmother. We go from here now. We stress to our kids how important their name is to them. Like, I put the sauce under with them. You're a Taylor man. That means something. They grew up thinking that means something to them. We can start our legacy now. Like, we don't know where it came from. I don't know if I had ancestors from Ireland or Africa. I don't fucking know.
Well, I'm sure your last name has derived from your slave master.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the mixture of that, who knows, right? But I know I'm a black man, so that's enough for me. And I know what my last name is, and I'm gonna roll with that. We can start our legacy now, gentlemen.
And that's the only way to move.
What else can we do?
Basically, I totally agree with that. But the only thing I was, saying in regards to a lot of our problems as African Americans in this country, and we are discussing celebrating Black History Month, and we're here, but you have to get here to get there.
Yeah, you can't forget this part of our history.
So I like and the thing that's really like trying is the segregation internally between us, because the people that get it, the African Americans, the black people that get it, get so frustrated with the black people that don't.
Yeah.
You even get these phrases like, they niggas.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a black person, them niggas.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
I love black people. I hate niggas.
Like that is so, like, I love Chris Rock as a comedian, but when he said that, I'm like, nah, I'm not really rocking with that. Because it's true. It's true in a sense, but how you think the outside view you? Right. You think they're like separating us like that? It's just I can work with you, I can't work with you.
Well, that's how they separate.
But they still have a ceiling over you.
Yeah, you still can't come in my house.
There's still a ceiling there.
But
it's just like house niggas and field niggas. Yeah. When you think about it, that's the mentality.
That's exactly what it is.
And that's the reason why some of our mentality is like that because of that. You know what I mean? Like I'm here and you here, and when I get here, because we're who we are, I ain't got time to help you out with this.
There was a story.
Just meet me up there.
There was a story in the news just the other day. This guy in Arizona, he's a black Republican. He's running for Congress.
A black Republican? You don't like that, do you?
I don't at all.
You said that last week.
Right.
You do not like that.
For me, they don't. But so it's a black Republican. He's running for Congress in Arizona, and he made a comment essentially saying, "Look, there is no way we can we being Republicans can overturn the 2020 election, right? There's no evidence, like it won't happen." Okay. Somebody texted this man's daughter, sent a text to his daughter calling him a nigger. And now he's, outraged because he was called a nigger. But like, keep in mind, it's the same dude, regardless how you feel about it, same dude who called Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization. Mm-hmm. Same dude who said, I don't support George Floyd. But now that you get slapped in the face and shown that, like, you ain't special. And then
now what do you do? Right. How do you? But okay, so I'm actually asking, like, so what's your take on that guy now? Do you accept him back into our community?
Fuck
or
no.
Do you?
Fuck no.
No. And that's the point. No. That's the point I'm trying to make.
No.
Like, okay, so don't get me wrong. Like, there is like internal segregation among white people.
Absolutely.
Period. But privilege says that they don't have to link together. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel like we can ill afford
to separate.
And we touched on this before. Back in like a minute ago.
Us to be separated.
But you know what that's also saying, though, Ray?
What?
That's also saying we can't be human. Because you telling me I have to rock with you just because of the color of your skin, because of how we're treated outside in society? I have to rock with you even if I don't like some of your viewpoints. That's human nature, bro. Like, I may not, if we didn't jail like this, we probably wouldn't be doing this podcast together. That's true. So how is it that I almost have to be forced to create this united front so we can be stronger to tackle an issue that is killing us because of the color of our skin?
It's a difficult thing, man.
You know what I mean?
It's difficult because we all different.
Happy Black History Month, by the way.
We're all different. We embrace the difference. Me personally, if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever.
It's politics,
it's being respectful. If you respect me, I respect you. I keep it
simple. Period.
Whatever your background is, I done had people had nice conversations wearing the damn Trump hats years ago. Like, you'd be surprised. We always assume certain things. Everybody got their own way of thinking. But treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. I keep it simple. So I don't really mind where people go with that. My problem is this, and this is our problem as a culture. When there's something that affects us as a culture, and they ask somebody in a very important position within our culture, and they don't co-sign what's better for their culture,
right,
I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because if you got to choose a side in that moment and you didn't choose us then then if it get worse than that, you damn sure ain't gonna choose our side at the end either.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I think about with that is, when you were saying it, I didn't know for sure, but I was thinking of like the whole Harriet Tubman story and how it was so many people who she had to damn near drag up out of there to free them of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have the mindset of, oh, okay, you ain't on board, well, fuck you, you stay here.
Exactly.
She still,
yeah, she went.
If they had to go kicking and screaming, she still did the best she could just as a culture of people to help them. So maybe we still have an obligation to look past that if that brother did that. Because I can tell you this now, how he felt before isn't how he feels now.
Correct.
That he's gone through that experience.
Yeah.
And they go back to what we said about celebrities. It's like politicians are in that same bubble, you know, because if you're a Republican, you're a conservative, you know, they kiss your ass and toast drinks with you too. But they'll still remind you at some point of who you are. And I guess it's up to that brother now to determine, now that he knows where he stands with his colleagues,
right?
You know, what do you do now?
But you had to go through that experience to find out water is wet.
That's what they
That's
have
the
to do.
problem I don't understand.
That's what they, and listen, and it's not a guarantee, and Parks, it's not a guarantee that he won't go back later. Because OJ did. OJ rocking dashikis and shit, doing out this whole trial, going to black Baptist churches, trying to get back in the community to save his ass. And as soon as he beat the case, it's white women again. So don't be surprised.
It was white women then.
But you see what I'm saying? When he put the dashiki on, he was kissing sisters.
Right.
But as soon as he, Cochran got him off, he went and got him a white girlfriend and went back to the knowledge.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to go back too. They're not going to just learn this lesson and then say, hey, I'm going to ride with my people. That may be temporary.
But that is also a result of the country. That is a result of just needing to be on the side that's constantly winning.
Yeah.
So again, that's a human nature thing too. Mm-hmm. So because everybody's not there's no like starter kit for being an activist. And being like somebody I'm pro-black. Now, some black people be like, listen, man, I ain't signed up for this. I just want a fair shake in society. Yeah. I don't want to be here like talking about BLM and just sitting around talking to my other You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna figure out how this doesn't affect me. And they get it misconstrued because even though the easiest way to see how something affects you is to look at the melanin in your skin, they want to put blinders on to that and just fit into society. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have your mentality, Vince, so you need to stop shitting on those black folks that don't have it.
I can't do it. It's not in me.
Hey,
okay, I was
just sit back and
it's not in me.
It's
not in me. Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
So
at some point they're going to be reminded of who they are.
So with that being said, y'all, let's talk about the good things about Black history. Mm-hmm. So is everybody in agreement with Morgan Freeman? Do you feel like Black History Month is something that shouldn't exist? Because there's a whole slew of just black inventors, black stuff that black people have invented that has nothing to do with 28 days. It should be celebrated all year round.
It should. And and maybe at some point, and I mean, obviously, the things we always heard as a kid is, if you want to know Black history year round, your parents need to teach it to you. Mm-hmm. So there's some truth to that. But I'll say this, what we're going through right now in society, we need Black History Month more than ever, because they're trying to censor Black history in general, right? They're trying to change the curriculum in schools in terms of how Black history is taught. So if we got a month where it has to be unfiltered for people to be reminded, because every year there's a new generation of people learning information. Yeah. So it's important for them to be reminded, because throughout the year they're going to spend a lot of time taking that information out of schools where it won't be taught. So at least we know for 1 month, even if they try to get around it, they might get a glimpse of our history. Yes. Because at this point they want to erase it. Mm-hmm. They don't want to. It's too much
They've always wanted to do that.
Their kids is ashamed of their culture now. White culture now is really catching it. Their kids is growing up in an era where they are so addicted to our culture that they're turning their backs on their own parents now. So now they're nervous. You know, we need to change in terms of how they're being taught that and what they're being taught. So this month, there's no getting around it, right? And they have to put on the show. They have to show the certain, the cliche things in commercials. Even the damn restaurants got to do their cliche part in it, right?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit disrespectful in terms of how they do it. We know it's only to make money. But at this point, whatever we can do to force our history to people who are still not clear on what it is, we need to hold on to it. Because the minute we lose Black History Month, I guarantee you, it's going to be very hard for newer generations to get the uncut version of what really happened in our history. Because they want to get rid of it, man.
So you're all for
I want to keep it.
28 days.
I want to keep it, celebrate it, extend it if you want to, but don't take it away.
How you feel about it?
I mean, I'm all for it. I would respectfully ask if, like, I think what Skills is talking about kind of bleeds into like this whole discussion around in this country around critical race theory,
right?
And how so many states and local municipalities and places are enacting laws in order to prevent people from being educated about it. And so I think like it's still
needed.
It's still needed to have, Black History Month. But I think the thing that is happening, obviously, across this country is like there is this movement, and I can't think of a better word to say it. There's this movement to whitewash history, and whitewash it in a way so that, the people who are in charge, Jesus Christ, the people who are in charge don't, aren't taught about things that have happened, and people have this weird thing of like, oh, if you talk about Tulsa or you talk about Rosewood or this, that, and the other, it's gonna make my kids feel bad. I would argue it's not even the teaching of it is not to make your kids feel bad. The teaching of it is to show that, look, if we're going to have a serious discussion about racism and how racism is in the fibers of America, we need to have a discussion about how it's permeated America ever since its invention. And this whole movement to try to whitewash that is really, simply put, it's just it's a lie, but it's a movement, if you will, so that white people don't feel like they want to make white people not feel bad about what happened, but it's like
those are my ancestors.
You know what?
I got,
listen,
exactly.
I got 4 words for white people that act like they don't want to make their children feel bad or guilty about telling them about Black history. White people, stop playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, I mean, are you really gonna try to push this narrative that if I tell my white kids about what the country is and how the country is, then they're gonna feel guilty when they go to school and maybe treat Black people with love and respect? Okay. Ooh, that's such a bad thing, right? So if I don't tell them and continue to push the narrative of white privilege, then they'll go to school knowing where Black people's place is.
Yeah.
I look at it like
so
this.
White people, stop playing with that shit. No offense to my white people that aren't reacting like that, but the ones that are, stop fucking playing with us, man.
I'll say this and I'm gonna leave it alone.
And then we'll move on, man.
People will you'll hear the statement of, oh, you need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Okay, like I'm sure we've all heard.
You won't. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
now we can
pinpoint
pinpoint multiple times over the course of history, pre pre-integration, when the black community had a whole self-sufficient economy.
Yeah.
That businesses, every business you could imagine was in the black community, and
Wall
it was
Street,
literally,
Black Wall Street.
literal evidence of black folks pulling themselves up by the bootstraps. And what happened was, the powers that be looked at that and was like, we don't like that, and we're gonna do whatever we can to tear that apart.
Well,
so
yeah.
it's like you don't want us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps.
No.
Because
It just
when we
sounds
do
good.
it, it's a problem.
It just sounds good.
It just sounds good.
So,
Yeah.
fellas, let's do this. Let's put our glasses in the air, and I think we're all in agreement to the country still bowing down to February, and I said bowing down.
They should.
We bow down to all the other 11 months
get 11
from
months, we get one.
you know what I mean? Here's to Black History Month.
Black History Month.
And every black person that has had to take drastic measures to change things so we can at least have a place somewhere in society.
Right.
Somewhere.
And we got a long way to go, but hey, they did their thing, and here's to them.
Yes,
Cheers,
sir.
fellas.
Cheers. Yep.
Did you take it? Come on, man. What you think? You slick? It's Black History Month. I see everything that a black person does.
There it is. There it is. Yep.
All right. So moving on. The next thing we want to talk about is Amman Aubry and his parents.
Okay.
So what they basically are saying is that the assailants that basically killed their son wanted to did. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I feel no.
They killed his son and wanted to have a plea. They wanted to take the plea, and the parents, the mother mainly, is not on that at all.
Period.
So she like no, and the judge accepted that. Like, nah, we not on that. We are not accepting the plea, and we don't even have to stay here long. But it's just an update on what's going on in that case, and she like literally almost pleaded like, no, we don't want this. We don't want a plea bargain. We want these motherfuckers to basically feel the wrath from what they did.
Period.
And the judge honored that. So now I think they're searching for the jurors, and they're gonna go to trial with this shit.
Cool.
Good.
What else we need to talk? Yeah.
It's really not too much
Not
to
really.
touch on.
Yeah.
It's updated. It's a very sensitive subject, and to segue into that after we talk about Black History Month is actually pretty huge. So yeah, those situations like these are the main reason why we still feel so disenfranchised out here.
Yeah. I don't know. I get to the point, man, honestly, with me personally, when you know something, and maybe I'm just a bottom line person, that works for me sometimes. They can come off rude to other people, but it works for me. I'm a bottom line person. Once I understand the situation, I don't have to know the details. I know what it is, that's enough for me. So that's how I operate. You know what I'm saying? And because I know that that's how it is, so I move a different way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna let nobody put me out anywhere. I'm not gonna let anybody make me feel uncomfortable in my blackness. I'm gonna be who I am wherever I go. You're gonna accept it or you can leave. But I'm not to the point now where I'm playing the game for acceptance.
Right.
And I think that's your issue you got with Stephen A.
Yeah.
and the rest of the
Yeah.
Like, they play the game for acceptance. Like, hey, there's a lot of money. We're on ESPN. Hey, they're doing me a lot of favors. I'm not going to push the envelope and fuck with the president when it was Donald Trump. I'm not going to do that because they don't want me to do it. Yeah, I'm not that guy. But at the same time, I understand what my fight is.
I'm not even going to completely fault those guys for that either.
I mean, you can't win that fight.
That's the reason you can't
win that
You
fight.
can't win it though, But the only thing you can do is tear down more in your own community than they'll sit back and watch and enjoy that. So real talk, who y'all know who somebody else who's recently celebrating Black History Month.
Come on with it.
You guys know who Ronda Rousey is?
I do.
The MMA fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know her great grandfather was black. He was a Black history teacher.
Okay.
So she's mixed.
She's one of us.
Okay.
And it kind of makes sense because she got a decent little backside.
I'm glad. Let me ask you.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Let me ask this. I'm glad
I
you
used to
said
be
that.
like, and she had a little bit of spice to her game, and
She did
so
have
I
a little
kinda,
bit to her.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna ask for your opinion, right? Because we're not the voice.
For sure, you know.
But just our opinion.
Yeah.
When we
You
look at
already
people,
know, man.
Yeah.
when we look at people who are mixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. When they ask you a question, they say, "Well, what race do you identify as?" And they say, "I identify as mixed race."
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel slighted that they didn't identify as a black person?
No.
Is that a smack in the face by not just saying that?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
If somebody like Ronda Rousey,
Right.
she's got the stringy hair, the pale skin. She looks like she'll turn red if she tans.
Right.
What about
Versus an Alicia Keys.
Right.
Alicia Keys could say all she wants that I'm not, but you got certain traits that they on the other side are gonna peg you as.
What about
Do we feel slighted by
What
that?
about Sage Steele on ESPN? Because she swears
I
she
want
swears
to
she
talk
biracial.
about now
only
Sage
refers to
Steele
She swears she biracial.
is
And she black all the way.
Now-
Nobody will look
Skills.
at her
No.
and think she's
Skills.
anything
Skills.
but black.
Skills. She's biracial.
But this is what I'm saying. When people do, because Tiger Woods pulled this card.
Yeah.
When people, Mariah Carey
Tiger.
pulled this card. When people do this, it's a smack in the face to the culture, right? And I'm just saying, like, and I can speak for my opinion on it, because when I look at it, the world is gonna treat you the way that they see you.
But Sage, you tripping.
Like Sage can't go
I used to have like a
a
little crush on Sage until I heard like her viewpoints on.
They ain't nothing to say.
Man, I used to. You don't like Sage?
No,
Nothing's
sir.
happening with Sage.
I'm sorry. I did used to have a little crush on
You
Sage.
You can have that.
No, I don't want it now. I don't
Sage
want it
is
now.
the one that makes sense. Only the white boys wanted Sage. She wasn't getting no black boyfriend, man.
Hey, she was like literally just fucking the culture completely up. She
She
wasn't
said
on
the
that at
comments
all.
about Barack Obama. I remember that shit.
She wasn't on that at all.
But no, I see people do this all the time.
But
with the
Sage
mixed race
tripping.
thing.
Sage damn near look blacker than everybody on this
That's what
panel,
that's
man.
That's clown shit.
Hey.
All right, Ronda Rousey, you could get away with it. You know what I'm saying? You could. And to answer your question, nah.
You don't feel no kind of
I
way?
don't because I don't. It's just like back to when we was talking about the being human thing.
Right.
Like I don't feel any type of way about those people because at the end of the day, they're not gonna dictate where I stand as far as the culture. Like if Sage was out there and she was being belittled by like a racist white person,
Right.
I step in.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even knowing her morals and values on where it is, I step in and set that dude straight or set that woman straight for her.
Yeah.
It's just I don't allow other people's viewpoints to instill something in me that's gonna alter my morals and values. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I would say I don't get caught up in it either because for a slightly different reason, because I always feel like people who take that approach of, I'm biracial, eventually at some point they come to Jesus moment happens.
It always happens.
Like, you mentioned Skills, you mentioned Tiger Woods, like, when he got pulled over because he was hounding pills, and I'll never forget it. they showed a full screenshot of his booking photo.
That good old mug shot.
Eyes like big as
Sipping on some.
right.
Don't you? I know you know.
And when they
Bars.
put in the ethnicity or the race standpoint,
on.
they ain't say Calabinasian, they ain't say biracial,
What they say, Parks?
they said black.
And the reason why
Yeah.
the
The
photo
hell
was
is
out
what you
and
say?
he was arrested.
Calabasas?
Right.
Oh, hell
was
yeah.
that?
But the reason why the mug shot was out and he was treated the way he was validated his blackness, right? There's a lot of white celebrities. You'll never know that happened to them.
Yeah.
They got pulled
Yeah.
over. They realized who they were. They let them go home. Did somebody come pick them up?
Yeah.
Come get the car. You'll never know that happened to
Right.
them. That night, Tiger Woods, I honestly think he kept reiterating who he was to the police, thinking his card would work that night, and the black card was the one on display.
I just know them officers that booked him, they didn't see no Calabinasian.
They were golf players. And they were just sick and tired of. They told it to him. That's what Tiger said.
That's what Tiger said?
He was like, the first thing they said to me is, "I'm tired of you niggas trying to take over everything."
They taking over stuff.
Golf was ours.
It was
Arnold Palmer.
until you put us in it.
right.
They was killing hockey. They put us in it. Race car driving. That's the one thing they thought we stayed the hell away from is race car driving.
But
We in that too now.
the pit masters or whatever they call it, it's a lot of brothers in that.
We
Changing them
everywhere.
to
You can't get rid of us.
we do it all, man. That being said,
Come on.
once again we have to take care of the sponsors. Y'all know how we do.
Right.
Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis, guys. Let me try. Now, I really got to dig deep because I did such a good job last week with
great job.
with the commercial. This is a commercial, so act like y'all ain't even here.
Okay.
And then when I pass out the edibles, y'all could come back.
Duly noted.
Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis tends to your mood swings, your stress levels, your anxiety, any type of disgruntled situation you're going through, whether it be at work, at home, or just walking down the street. Racism during Black History Month.
Stupid.
At the end of the day, what do you do to cure all that? You go to www.strangefruit, and we have premium cannabis on deck. There's flower of plenty different strains. There is vape cartridges. If you want to, just be at the gig, maybe step outside, hit a vape pen, boom, it evaporates. No smell, but you'll still have the effect. There is also edibles, which is better than the vape cartridges, in my opinion, and we'll, test that notion out as well in a minute. So we also have oils you can cook with. We have infused butter, infused olive oil, infused coconut oil. Get at us, Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis. Hit me online. We have the website. I have an IG, the 606 whatever is my IG. Big Male, aka The Premise, is my fan page on Facebook. Hit me, text me your number. I'll send you my menu list. We'll put you on our menu list and we'll deliver to your front door. We go all across the city and outer city as well. Okay? Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis.
Now, starting next recording, when you do your commercial, I'm gonna sing the hook.
We could actually come up with a hook, man.
Of it. But I want you to do it with the straight face, because I'm gonna do a high tone.
Oh, I'm pretty good with the straight faces. I don't think I'll blow that.
Straight face, you're gonna do it, and then as soon as you're done, I'm gonna hit it.
Kind of like a soul glow type thing?
Like a soul glow.
Okay.
That is the exact vibe that I'm on. The high tone, high pitched song.
I'm with it, bro. I just appreciate,
You're gonna do it, and then I'm gonna hit you. It's gonna be straight, but I ain't gonna hit it right now. I ain't gonna do it right now.
I'm glad you
But
warned
the
me.
next time, I'm gonna give you the whole thing, and it's gonna be right in sequence to you what you do.
Let's do it.
You
I
know
think
what I'm saying? That's gonna be what we do
anything that satisfies the sponsor,
Yeah.
because that's what we're here for. One of the main reasons that we're able to fund this situation is due to the sponsor. So I think anything that'll satisfy the sponsor would be great.
Very good.
Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis. Okay, so before we get into our next line of business, I think we should open one of these and have a little
If you
bit.
insist.
I do insist. And then we could get into something that's a little bit more less, just
A little bit more lighthearted,
yeah,
a little bit
and
easier.
Something that's just like
Okay,
and
okay.
it's something that's just a little more
Why don't we do some
exciting.
hip hop news?
I'm
that?
with that.
So you
I'm
gotta
with
do the
that.
shake. I can't
Go ahead,
do
man.
it.
Go ahead, man. It's COVID season. We don't need your hand on everything, man.
I don't want to do wrong.
We in the 19 joint. You ain't got. Are you vaccinated?
I am vaccinated.
You vaccinated?
Vaccinated and boosted.
Ask him I'm vaccinated.
Are you vaccinated?
That jab, didn't you?
I took my first shot.
You serious?
I took my first shot like a week ago.
What changed,
for
my
you.
brother? What changed?
So my kids
Okay.
and my and wifey. So
That's what do
my
it.
thoughts were my thoughts, right? But they wanted to take it, and I took this stance like I'm not gonna put my. So my biggest thing is I'm not this huge conspiracy theorist. I know it's out there. Like if they put this shit in me, I'm gonna be.
You don't want the,
But
you
I
don't want
do.
the 5G running through you.
Exactly. But I do feel like that the human body is like the greatest organism ever created, right? So I feel like if I don't have any underlying conditions, mind you, like I've had COVID,
Okay.
and I feel like my body did what it was supposed to do. It threw that mug out the window after a while, and I was back to normal.
Okay.
And I think like my body is building up these antibodies. I just didn't want it to rely on a substance in my body to like, kind of be
fight it.
dependent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But so long story short, my wife, my kids, they took it, and then I went into my conspiracy theory mode. I said, well, all right, I'll take it with y'all, because when y'all kill off from this shit, I would want to kill myself anyway, because y'all gone.
You gone, but I'ma be here for you.
So I doubt with y'all,
We
and
go
I'll
together.
take the shot. You know what I
Good way
mean?
to do
So
it.
my next, and I'm not getting no boosters, so don't even. But my
So far.
next shot is the 19th of this month.
Well, that's good, man.
And I'll be done. I just really did this because I'm trying to buy season tickets to the Bulls next week, and you can't really enter the arena without. But they about to lift that shit, man.
But they're going to lift the mask.
They're going to lift the mask.
They're
Yeah.
not going to lift the vaccination card.
No, well, what kind of sense does that really?
Well,
I don't
you
get this shit.
Well, we were
man.
here before, when we got the numbers
Yeah,
down.
but they
the
still
mask.
didn't lift the mask thing, though.
They lifted it.
They lifted
If
it.
you're vaccinated,
They
you
lifted
have
it
to
for a
wear
little
masks.
bit. Yeah.
Yes, they did. You're right. Because I went into Target and they was like, you don't have to wear your mask if you're vaccinated. You can take it off. So I was like, fuck it.
The numbers went up,
But
and
you
then
know,
we go to
I don't recommend you doing that now. I was ignorant. I didn't know any better back then. I'm not like these Trump supporters that it's my American right to not wear no goddamn mask if you
Wait.
tell me to.
To their credit, it's their right to die if they want to die.
Yeah, for sure.
But just the fact that they can spread it to other people is the only reason I guess we should even care.
We need
but
to
for
thin the
anybody
herd.
who says I'm not going to protect myself and I want to die, I do believe you have that right to make that.
For
decision.
sure.
That's your life.
And so I'm on my way, fellas.
very
You don't
happy
have
to
to be uneasy about doing the podcast with me right now, because I'm one step away from being as vaccinated as you brothers.
You gonna end up getting the booster.
That's progress.
I know you say you're not.
You think
but
I am?
You gonna get the booster.
Yeah.
You gonna end up getting the booster. Yeah. You gonna end up getting the booster.
You got the booster too?
No, I'm gonna schedule and do it soon. My wife is gonna make sure I do it.
The booster.
This is why we do it.
You may have to get a whole new vaccine because the Omicron is shooting through that whole vaccine like pew,
Listen,
getting right to you.
I hate to sound like Stephen A. in this moment, but I'm gonna have an honest moment. Okay.
I don't know
My
if I
job.
could. Forgive me.
You're gonna. Hey, we just talked about not judging and loving
All
your
right,
people.
all right. Go ahead. You
My
such an
job.
opportunist. Go ahead, though.
My job made it clear.
Had to
if
take
you
a
are
shot.
not vaccinated, you will not be employed.
Well, that's different.
I
Skills.
gotta get vaccinated. Now, if they say
That's
you don't have
different.
a booster, because I think that is gonna happen soon, honestly.
Nah, hell no.
Dude, I really believe they're gonna say
You think
people like
so?
that. I do. I think at some point.
Not if the numbers keep going down.
I don't
if
think
there's
so.
another
I think
spike. I think
depending on what vaccine you got, if you get the two with, if you get
I got the
Moderna
Pfizer, the two
or
shots.
Pfizer, you get the two shots.
Nah,
Basically,
I
you
got the
consider-
Johnson and Johnson.
I got.
Oh, man.
Oh, if you got J&J.
I'm just playing.
Cause that's what I got. I only got one shot. Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, shut it down.
Yeah,
You got the Johnson and Johnson.
I did actually. I got J&J.
We gonna have to put your seat over there, my nigga.
I'm
Hey,
straight.
you gonna grow a tail, man.
Good. I'm good.
He's sitting here judging me because I ain't got my shit. He got the Johnson and Johnson.
I got it.
Just
I
again.
got it.
Hey, the Johnson and Johnson is like the E&J of vaccine shots.
Ask me if I got COVID.
Hey, good for you.
I
I
got
got
it.
this shit.
Right.
Did you get one?
I've had several.
I'm
of
talking
those. I'm
about
good.
right now. Did you?
I did. I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah.
All
No
right,
peer
let me
pressure.
get-
No peer
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah.
All right, so get a piece of that. Put that right there. Yeah, so I'm halfway there to being vaccinated.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate it. So we were gonna talk about some hip hop news.
Hip hop news.
Let's park at hip hop. This is what we
get
do.
it.
You
Yeah.
wanna throw a 16 in there? Go right ahead, bro.
Not a 16, but a 2-piece, if we don't mind.
Okay.
So, okay. I thought this was hilarious when it first started. I didn't ever know he was really gonna get his ass kicked.
Who?
So a few months ago, the baby, this shit is hilarious to me. These rappers' names. The baby.
You got to put me on because I don't really know too much about this story.
So he posted the video with him and his girlfriend. Right. I guess they just had a baby together.
Right.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. I know
And
you're talking
He
about.
kind of embarrassed or whatever in the video. Pretty much said, "I don't need you." Put her out and just
Kicked
kept
out.
the
Yeah,
baby,
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Now, when he did that, she was really embarrassed. He clowned her. Her brother, he goes out there. He stands up for his sister like a good brother should do.
Right.
And he let the baby know, hey, I didn't like the way you treated my sister, and it's on sight when I see you. Now, I like to say this because our era is different on the on-site rules.
How so?
Our era, on-site means when I see the back of your head, I'm going to knock your ass out.
Right.
If I see you getting out the car, helping your mom with groceries, I'm going to knock your ass out.
Correct.
That's on-site per our generation. Okay. Per this generation, on-site means I'm going to get a group of friends and kick your ass. There's no one-on-one on sites anymore. There's no one-on-one fight on site.
Correct.
That day
Correct.
is over. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
So the guy come out, he say what he want to say. He real aggressive, as you would be in the video. They don't say it to people's faces. So in the video, he made it clear the baby is on site. I'm gonna fuck you up. He said the whole thing. So I was like, hey, took that chance. So of course, this generation.
The baby known for whooping some ass though, man.
I was a little disappointed he had to bring some
Yeah.
friends with him.
The baby did?
The baby catch him in L.A. at a bowling alley. He bring his friends and a cameraman. See, let's make this clear. This is definitely a new generation thing. They bring cameramans for on-site fights now. So he brought a few friends.
So this the baby that
the baby
did
did
this.
this.
Okay.
He bring a few of his guys and a cameraman. They walk in the bowling alley and they beat the shit out the girl's brother. Right? They beat his ass. So I know people from this era, they laugh about it. It was like, hey, you said on site, you need to be ready, all of that shit. My issue is on site used to mean one-on-one. When I see you, you see me.
Man, you sound
That's
like
not what it
you
is.
sound like a grandfather right now.
It's over now.
You already know that
Ain't
shit
no
been
fellas.
over, man. It ain't
No
no
more
right. You sound like Craig Father and Friday. You niggas
Live
is soft.
but you live in
Right.
the
Get out of here, man.
So apparently that's what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
this
you
generation,
know
when they
that
fight
though,
you-
Skills. You know that shit,
Bro,
man.
I understand it. I don't like it. That's my point.
Well, that's what you should have led off with.
Yeah, I said it. Our
Don't-
generation
don't-
on incitement, when I see you, we fight. Not that, well, I see you, but hold on 1 second. Let me go home and get my friends and come back and fight you. We used to think that
What
was...
did they
that
jump
was
him,
corny.
or did they just want to record the baby beating?
No, they
his
whooped
ass?
them. They whooped them. They made a
They
fool
whooped
out
him.
of them. You know when you
At least
outnumbered,
they ain't shoot
they
him.
take turns with you. Like
They
they
ain't
took
shoot
turns.
him or nothing, though.
No, they didn't shoot him. They
That
just beat his
coulda
ass on
happened,
camera.
you know.
Shoot me. Then to have a camera, to have a video, you kicking my ass. Just kill me. But again, that's my generation.
Yeah, man.
This guy still got girlfriends and got his ass kicked on video. So hey, it's a different generation.
Oh, I'm about to get, and I know you're gonna be super uncomfortable. Hey, and I want both of your opinions
Come on
on
with
it.
it.
Okay.
Both of your opinions. You feel me?
Okay.
Do you feel like what the baby said on stage? Do you feel like he should have been canceled?
Refresh my. What did he say?
Oh,
Well, he basically offended the LGBTQ community
on purpose.
on
Not even
purpose.
like an accident.
Just what he say? Shout out to niggas that didn't
Ain't right, who's
suck,
not
who
sucking
not
dick in the
sucking
parking
no
lot.
dick in the parking lot.
Shout out to niggas who ain't HIV.
And they like literally went. This is why the baby was canceled for a little minute. But you know why it's so hard to cancel? And I don't think I'm gonna forget about you. You know why it's so hard to cancel people
Why?
nowadays? Because of shit like this. Technology. Can't cancel somebody with this technology
They
shit,
can create
man.
their own narrative. They can put their own
Create
content
their
out.
own
They
narrative.
don't
But
do-
getting back to it, how did you feel about that? Do you think
When
he
he
should have
said
been
it-
canceled?
I knew it was coming.
I did not know. I was
I knew it was
shocked.
coming. And
I
I
was
felt
like,
like-
"What are you talking
And
about,
I feel like
baby?"
he got a bad team around him that he wasn't aware that was gonna cost him something. I almost felt like he did the shit on purpose. It was too obvious. Like
I felt like, where did that come from? Like
Right.
he even like before he even got on stage, maybe was hit on by like a gay guy or something,
had a-
and he
he had
just
an unnecessary
I didn't even understand where that came from.
nobody did. It was like he's doing a show. The crowd is going crazy for him. He got
He's
nothing
good.
but
With,
fans
he's
there.
good without even saying any of that.
Bro, everybody in the crowd love him. He ain't even, he get into his groove and then he start offending people that came to support him.
Yes, because
It's
it's
weird.
a lot of gay people that come out
They
to
rock
support
with
you, the
him.
baby.
And
Watch
he
this.
did
Watch
that.
this. Vince, how did you feel about that?
Some people are just ignorant, and that's all I
Ignorant
got.
with being the baby is ignorant.
Some people are just ignorant.
So you think he got everything he deserved for saying that?
I'll say this much: I didn't like. Did I shed any tears? I did not.
You didn't lose no sleep about
I
it.
ain't lose
bro.
no
You ain't
sleep.
lose no
over it.
sleep?
I ain't lose no sleep over it.
So yeah,
say
so
that shit
the
no more, man.
so the yeah, you just have to, I guess, watch it. But that was stupid. Like real,
But
and
let me
this,
go-
this
hold on,
old
though.
news though.
But
too.
let me say this
old,
too.
bro.
But I also say, some people are ignorant. But you're absolutely right. I don't care what people say. Nobody gets canceled. You
can't.
You might have to go sit
It's
down
too
for a
many-
minute.
it's too many
But
acts-
don't nobody get canceled.
People have too
Yeah.
too much access to
Don't nobody
airwaves.
get canceled.
Like
See,
you
too much
You
evidence
can't
He
cancel
missed
of
a lot
people
of
who
checks,
supposedly have gotten canceled,
That man
and they
missed a
don't
lot
get
of
canceled.
checks from doing what he did. Like,
If I'm
people
at
lose checks, man. They
if
shut
I'm
you
at
down.
50, yeah, for sure. Like you'll lose sponsors and all that.
they
shit.
shut you
But
down.
if I'm at like 100 million followers,
Yeah.
and
might get
okay,
more
this man, bro, because now it's a controversy,
Yeah.
and I'm in it now.
I
Like,
know it's a
now
different.
10, 15 years ago, it's over with. Like, I get canceled. I ain't got no way to reach out to people because my whole way of reaching out to people was marketing.
Right.
And people like putting me in front of certain people. But shit.
You do it yourself?
I hit a button on here and
Whatever
go
you wanna
live
talk to
and
your
all
fans,
them it's over with.
You can do it.
Don't nobody get canceled. And I'm like, there's no perfect example of that. Like,
Who's gotten canceled?
nobody's
Louis
got.
C.K. got canceled.
And let me tell you
But
something.
that was a long.
Louis C.K.
yeah,
did.
he
Louis
did.
C.K. had to go sit down.
But that's
He ain't get
different,
canceled.
man.
But no, he couldn't do no shows.
He was like
Louis C.K. still performing.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Listen,
He's the
even
guy.
David
Like,
Chappelle,
he wanted
he's
to.
still
He wanted to.
performing.
Yeah.
Put out a boombox and perform. Well, a speaker performed outside in front of regular people. Like comedians will perform anywhere. But I'm saying where his move was, he had his own television show on FX. He was doing Netflix comedy specials.
Well, that's a different
That
monster
shit
though,
got shut
because they
down.
were. He's one of the guys that was sexually assaulting people.
No, what he did was he jerked off in front of people that was in his dressing room.
Oh, like Pee Wee
That's what
Herman.
he did on some Pee Wee Herman shit.
Pee Wee Herman
But
did that
this
shit.
era shut it down. He had no more specials. His show was canceled on FX. He couldn't really move.
Now
around.
that's some bullshit.
They shut him down for that. Like
I
this
mean,
is what term it is.
You need to look no further than no cancel culture isn't real. Then they making a Lethal Weapon 5 and Mel Gibson gonna direct it.
Yeah.
And Mel Gibson hates Jews. Hates Jews.
He said it in every way you could say it.
And they're like,
you know,
and so,
Mel
then- so
Gibson.
Hollywood's response to Mel Gibson saying he hates Jews is for Hollywood to be like, go ahead and direct this movie.
but it's so many people getting
But-
canceled, you
but-
forget
but-
about people.
It's different. Like now, if he wanted to try to like buy a couple buildings in New York or Manhattan, then he for sure wouldn't be able to do that.
Man.
Because they just run the real estate out there.
You tripping.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. There's a lot of gay white men that own Hollywood too, and it's not all Jewish. So maybe,
Okay.
maybe
enough
they
influence.
rolled up on them and like, you're absolutely right. I hate those Jews.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But for sure, you better believe if he tried to buy some property in Manhattan and build a whole block, I mean, Jewish people own all that.
Okay.
So
First of all, who the fuck asked for Lethal Weapon 5?
Exactly.
it's over with. Like,
Why are we doing that?
what's bro name?
Danny Glover?
No, he got introduced. The karate dude.
Oh, Jet Li?
Oh, Jelly.
Man, when that was that was the last one, right?
That was the last
4.
one.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that
let's
was
leave it alone.
that's what we introduced Jet Li,
Bro, they
right?
70 years old now, bro.
They're not gonna be in it. They not
Danny
in it.
Glover and Mel Gibson is in Lethal Weapon 5.
No,
All I know is they
Mel
said.
Gibson's directing
all
it,
I know
right?
is they said
He not in it, is
They're
he?
in
Gibson
it, bro.
was gonna direct it.
They're in the movie. Now, they
So-
might be got a role where they're retired and got some young cops and some bullshit, but they're going to be in the movie. Donald Glover's going to have this I'm too old for this shit scene. It's happening, man.
He was too old for
He
it.
was
like,
too old for
in
that
the
shit in
90s.
93. Hey, man.
Mel Gibson.
nobody
I
asked
mean,
for
Danny Glover old as hell right now,
Bro,
man.
nobody asked for this.
But don't nobody. I'm telling you, man, don't nobody get canceled.
So I got some on some hip hop shit, man.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of this like this duo called the Hoodies? No?
No.
So it's like so they came on the scene like I want to say like 4 or 5, maybe almost 6 years ago.
The Hoodies.
So it's a brother duo.
Okay.
Like and shout out to the Hoodies, man. You know, it's the brother when they first came out. He's 8 years older than his younger brother.
Okay.
So I think the younger brother was like 12, and the older brother was 20.
Okay.
And it was like the younger brother voice. He was like a little chubby man. You know what I'm saying? He was his voice was all high but he was spitting.
Okay.
And one of his bars, he was like, you know, he didn't write this, and they just going in. They on flex. They from like upstate New York, man. But now, like they was on flex. If not this year, it may have been late last year or something.
Okay.
The younger brother then got better than the older brother, bro. Like I'm gonna put you on this. When we leave, I'm gonna send you a link.
Okay.
And just show you. But yeah, it's pretty cool that it was crazy because the older brother, I felt like he put his younger brother on, and I'm talking about a 12-year-old, and they like are spitting. So y'all got to check this shit out, man. Like they call it the hoodies. Okay. Like literally, HOODIES, man, the hoodies, and then they been on Funk Flex. They been doing their thing. They run the internet. I'm surprised y'all ain't heard
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Yeah, check them out, man. So
now you talking about Funk Flex?
Yeah.
So come on with it, cause you know what I want to know.
The Jamaican.
Listen, man. Cameron.
Oh, you seen what you think about that, man?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question.
Go ahead. I heard it. Go ahead,
okay. At what point? Okay, let me ask this the right way. Do we feel that Cameron is still one of those guys? Do we put him in that category? And I'm talking about, because everybody come out now, because Funk Flex, that's what he do now. He let a lot of artists that's older now come on there and show that they can still burn. I appreciate him for doing that. He did that with Black Thought, a year or two ago, showing older MCs can still kill.
But Black Thought.
But my point is,
my
point is, he's letting older rappers come on there and burn.
Just real quick, Black Thought is the reason why people try to go for so long on that now.
Yeah.
Because of him.
He did. Yeah. But you heard if everyone's
that's
heard
some next level shit.
I did hear it. I did hear him on Flex.
I'm not gonna say who cares.
I ain't see it, but was it trash?
That's what he getting. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely what he getting.
Fan, right?
Well, see, that's the problem.
I was never a fan. I used to make fun of him back in the day just to make people laugh in rap ciphers. I'd be like, just random shit. He just says random shit. It doesn't mean anything. But
to me, he was nice.
So you thought he was nice?
No, I'm talking about like back in the day. I used to think Cameron was nice. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I did see the freestyle.
This freestyle. What do you think of him now?
Well,
you humming on it.
It wasn't great.
Okay.
I'll put it like that. There were I was listening to it. It's funny you brought this up, right? Because I was listening to it, and it was like, I'm like, come on, Cam, don't do this. Because even when he first got on, like,
let me down, Cam.
He had everybody in there, and he was like, and Flex was trying to like.
He gassed you.
He was like, hey, Flex, we ain't even got to do all that. They know who I am. They know where it's at. And I'm like, hey, Cam, finna kill this shit. And then he started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-oh. And then when he'd say like a line or two that was semi-hot, I was like, okay, come on, Cam. Come on. And then it'd just be, it wasn't good. But I still rock with Cam though, man. But
Cam get his ass out of here.
That was but one thing everybody around the industry say about Cam is that like he got that know-how on the business side, bro.
Yeah, he's a good businessman. He making a lot of money.
Everybody say that.
Jim Jones said that.
Yeah, for sure. Jim Jones.
He was like,
everybody in the lock said.
On the real, that's great.
Hey,
let me tell you this though for rappers. When they tell a rapper you're great at business and real estate, you're not a great rapper, right? You don't want to go in a room as a rapper and they tell you you're good at landscaping. That ain't what you want.
I'm just saying, I'm
you
not.
don't want that.
But back in
you rap, you come in this room, because you don't push it. You come in this room and you rap, and after you rap, I say, you know what, Mel? Hey man, you're a great artist, bro. You paint some hell of a pictures, bro.
I'm just saying.
What does that mean?
All I'm saying is that no, it wasn't the greatest I've ever heard, Cameron, but I appreciated Cameron in the past. I liked Cameron. I was a fan of Cameron in the past.
That's perfect.
I ain't
Cameron
even gonna lie.
Need to just chill out and go back to open
But
business.
you know what's crazy though, bro, is there's a freestyle where he is like in the streets spitting and he killing
it. Ran up on him. There was a dude walked up on him.
Did you see that?
Freestyle. I did.
And what did he do?
The blue.
Well, you know, they in New York freestyle is different.
Right,
like
you know
it's some written shit.
That's written shit.
But
the
it
dude
was
called him
nice.
out and he showed up. Dude just run up on him and he came with it. He was decent.
And he tried to do that exact same freestyle at the Versus battle again. I don't know if you've seen the Versus battle. He tried to do it and then he just lost thought and they started booing him.
Yeah, because it was better rappers.
Yeah. Yeah, so
when it's better rappers, he doesn't show up. It's over for Cameron.
You're very confrontational with Cameron. I don't understand that.
It's over for Cameron, man. And the fact that he did that, I felt he made it worse for himself. Because some of us, if you don't hear him recently, you might say, Cam still burn him up. You know what I'm saying? But he just don't get in right now. You know, you can still hold on to that.
Yeah.
Then when you come out and do that, it's over for Cam, in my opinion. But I thought that was hilarious that he just tried to do a folk flex.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I'm surprised. He had it thick in there too. It was some attractive women right behind him.
The whole entourage.
His gas was over there
and spitting hot garbage.
I'm not gonna say it was hot garbage, but it wasn't the best of his abilities. So shout out to Cameron. I know you got something better in you, Playboy.
You're a good businessman.
But yeah, moving on. Ray, let me ask you this: what are you doing? Like, as far as, are you done, completely done?
With music?
Yeah. Do you got some?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Man, let's do a project. Fuck it.
Look at you. You get me excited.
I mean, we see each other every other week. Let's fucking do a project, man. Why not?
You know how it work with me. It's the music that dictate what I do. If I love the music, I'm inspired to work. So that's been my thing for years. I haven't heard a lot of music that inspired me as much as before, when it was so much music to pick from. Now everything is 808 drums and the same shit, and it sounds terrible. So the music will dictate to me. If I want to be bothered. But honestly,
I'm gonna send you some beats, nigga.
Then send me some beats.
If you don't respond to, cause I'm gonna send us some beats that we fuck with. Forget what's going on out there. Fuck all that.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you some beats that we mess with.
Okay.
And if you don't respond to it, I'm gonna put you on blast on some Cameron shit. Real talk, man.
On some Cameron shit.
Yeah, nigga. Like just how you feel about Cam.
Hey, that missed something today.
I've been calling you the underground GOAT every time I introduce you.
Don't like hearing that shit.
So if you don't, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Bring it out. Bring them out.
So, just in case, and let me say this for the camera, just to make this clear. For anybody
you want us
who
to get up out your vision,
and you feel I'm not worthy of that title, it could be one-on-one. Ain't nobody got to see it happen. You'll know.
Yeah.
Whenever.
That being said, and just because I give him that title, don't think you can even come close to matching what I do either. Vince, you want to say something about this shit?
What you got, Vince?
That's y'all. I'm good.
All you need to say is,
you want
Vince,
nigga. You got to see Vince Dolo too. I stand on that.
Okay, guys. So let's we didn't talk through this hip hop situation. Let's end it on a good note, man. The Super Bowl.
This is the part I love.
Don't even care.
You don't care.
Don't even care.
Listen, bro.
Don't even care.
Before you even do that, can I go through my introduction real quick?
Please do.
You always get a certain way when you get an edible in you. We have the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Cincinnati Bengals
versus the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati Bengals haven't been there in close to 30 years?
Yes, it's Boomer Esiason.
Man, I was 10. No, I was 9 the last time they went to a Super Bowl.
Boomer and Icky Woods, right?
Yeah. Icky Woods
88.
And they played against Joe Montana.
And I don't think, and you could quote me on this, but I don't think the Super Bowl has been in L.A. in damn near 20 years.
Yeah.
I think Troy Aikman and the Dallas Cowboys against the Buffalo Bills
the Coliseum.
was the
Yeah,
last
that sounds
time
about right.
they
Yeah.
actually been in
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's so
This
far,
is
yeah.
gonna be. I think this is gonna be crazy. So I was listening to the radio, and I heard that center the 50-yard line, tickets on the 50-yard line
Come on.
was $50,000.
I believe it. Nah, there was somebody was saying like you can't.
In the 200,
Yeah.
200 section, 28,000.
You can't be just like an average fan going to like
Right.
just going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, let me finish this off. In the bleeds,
Yeah.
in the nosebleeds, $6,000 a piece.
Somebody-
In the nosebleeds.
Somebody posted on Twitter, and maybe the prices have changed since then, but they like similar to what you were saying, had a pricing of like basically every section in SoFi. And there wasn't a
Shit is
section.
insane,
Yeah,
man.
like it was like every section was somewhere in the thousands of dollars. It's like
But look what
Yeah.
you're paying for, though. You're paying for the Super Bowl. You're paying for an amazing experience at halftime. If you're a hip hop fan, this is Dr. Dre we talking about, bro. We've been, if you are like a real hip hop fan, Dr. Dre has dropped like an album once every 20 years or some shit.
I get who
You got the Chronic, you got the Chronic 2, and then you got this. What was the other one?
Compton soundtrack.
And that's it.
That's it.
no.
So
Don't
he-
get it twisted. Like the
Mystique
lineup
side
is good. I just the lineup. Let me not say good. The lineup is great. I just think the NFL has a way of watering down.
Well, Jig running the
But
show.
you know Jay is there now.
Yeah, he running the show with the entertainment
So,
now. They let him do his thing.
I really feel he has a little bit of stake in it because he has a little bit of money. So
Okay.
I think that look, even so I remember when Jig first got this position. Downtown I went to the Bears season opener and Meek Mill was performing at I forgot where I was at. It was like right outside of Soldier Field. It was in Grant Park.
Okay.
Meek Mill was performing. They had a
there.
couple. You was there.
Not
I
in
was
Grant
there.
Park. I was there because it was the whole. They blocked off everything.
Yeah,
By the
yeah. I
fountain.
went there.
I went on my lunch break.
Yeah.
I went over there. It was
So
a big thing for that shit.
so we watched Meek Mill perform, and it was just some hip hop stuff. And then they was doing that in other spots too.
Okay.
And then you see they just had Big Sean perform
Thanksgiving.
the Thanksgiving game with This Is All Jig. So I think this is gonna be
Okay.
kind of unfiltered without like the
I reserve the
cursing and
right to
all that.
revisit this in 2 weeks from next.
Yeah,
That's gonna be fun,
That's all
'cause
I'm
then
saying.
We can do a recap on
Yeah,
it. But
we can
just for the
recap.
people who don't know, we got Dr. Dre, we got Snoop Dogg,
Kendrick,
we got Kendrick Lamar,
Mary
Eminem.
J.
we got Eminem,
And Mary J.
and Mary J. Blige. I don't know where
You
put
could
Mary
just
J.
stop
Blige,
there, and
but
you may get a little pop
few
up
other
for
guests.
50.
Yes,
Who knows?
some
might
top
get some
that
other
50
guests that might.
50 may pop up in that boy. You know what I'm
But it
saying?
sounds
Because
like a
Mary
hell of a
there too.
halftime.
I think so too. Like this is one halftime where I think we're gonna like literally view it instead of just doing our other thing.
Right, let it just play in the background.
You know what I
We
mean?
This show.
We
What do
don't
y'all
look
think?
there.
What do y'all think about the game? Because like the game, I'm not excited about this game at all.
See, and this is why it's a trap.
Really?
It's almost like a trap Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
like I'm not excited about it at
Kansas City.
Who do you have? Though?
Well, yeah, let's do that.
all. I think I can't believe I'm saying this because I really think Matt Stafford's due to have a Matt Stafford game, but I can't get behind.
So you don't think he leveled up because it's the play? Because you remember he was struggling towards the end of the season.
look?
In these playoff games, he's been exceptional.
I get that.
So you think that's just because, you know,
I
he
get
does this all the time?
I get it. I'm just
Okay.
I'm still, you know, I've seen enough. We have all seen enough Matt Stafford games to where at some point he's going to throw that pick, but I can't get away from the fact that, like, Cincinnati's offensive line is atrocious. And it's just like when you look at the amount of times
Joe Burrow has
got
been
sacked.
Even if we look at the game they played against us,
I just feel like at
that's
some
why
point,
I'm still shocked that they're here.
Yeah, I just feel like at some point
you lost to the Bears, motherfucker.
Week 2.
You know what I'm saying?
That was week 2.
I feel like at some
It
point
was week 2. You right.
I feel like
you right.
that pass rush for the Rams is like this is the one where Cincinnati's
get
offensive line is going to have
2
to,
names.
It's
Okay.
Aaron Donald and Von Miller is back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm staring. Long story short, I think the Rams gonna win.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where you at with it?
I'm gonna give you an answer. I'm not gonna play because I was on the fence with it and I thought about it. I honestly feel like the Rams are gonna win the game,
Okay.
but it's gonna be a much closer game. There's people who really ain't been paying attention to the playoffs. Cincinnati went to Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes had the ball on the 20-yard line, and their defense shut him down.
For sure.
We gotta acknowledge that. Their defense is legit. They running back is dual threat. He's legit. They got 2 receivers that's legit. Joe Burrow will take off with the ball if the pocket collapses. He's not a pocket passer.
Yeah.
He can run and make plays. Cincinnati got a chance in this game. But that's the only reason, Parks, I'm not picking Cincinnati. It's because Aaron Donald against a great offensive line caused havoc. So what is Aaron Donald going to do against a bad offensive line?
Yeah, I'm just like,
I just think that's going to be too much.
Well, first of all, Vegas got it pegged a lot closer too. It's only a 3.5 point spread.
Because they put up points, man. Cincinnati ain't no
It's like a 3.5 point spread.
Put it like this: if it's a shootout, Cincinnati gonna win. But if it's a slow kind of like prodding game, I think LA will win. But if it's out the gate, Jamar Chase is getting busy. I think the Rams gonna have a problem.
Well, you know, like the both sides are pretty they're not evenly matched. I think Joe Mixon is the X factor.
Yes.
Right? If Joe Mixon does his thing, because from a receiver aspect, you got Cooper Kupp, then you got Jamar Chase.
Yeah. So you're saying,
and then you got Tyler Boyd, you got OBJ, then you got Jefferson, and you got who's the third receiver on the other side? God, what is his name? I really feel like the receiving core is like evenly matched.
It is.
And then the running backs, that's the only dissension. So but here's the thing. I feel like I know you got Jalen in LA, right? But I think the Bengals secondary is better. Yes, with Von Bell and Bro, like I really feel like their secondary is a little bit better than LA's.
Their secondary.
So who you gonna? Sorry, Skill. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Who's Eli Apple gonna be guarding? Because I guarantee whoever he's guarding, they gonna eat.
See,
so you gonna put Apple on Cooper Kupp? You gonna put him on OBJ? Because whoever that is, that's a bad matchup for Cincinnati.
Nobody's gonna do nothing with Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, you only can hope to.
I got it. Where's Eli Apple gonna be in this equation?
Probably on OBJ, bro. To be honest.
Or on Jefferson. Okay. You put Von Bell on OBJ.
Not good.
I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to figure out
who they got now.
How is Cincinnati's secondary better? That's what I'm trying to understand.
I just feel like their scheme. I mean, it's been proven. Like those guys have showed up this whole season. Their secondary has showed up this whole season.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I feel like I definitely feel like. The Rams are definitely more top heavy on the defensive side.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the Cincinnati Bengals have a respectable front, but I think their secondary is a little better than the Rams.
Okay.
I just do.
Okay. So who you rolling with?
I have the Rams. I do have the Rams, but I would. It's like 55-45.
Yeah.
Like the
That's how I feel.
percentages.
I don't think it'll be.
Like I wouldn't
it's
be.
gonna be
I'm
a
not
lot.
gonna
It's gonna
be
be close.
shocked
It's gonna
at
be close.
all.
Cincinnati can win it.
If Cincinnati win, I wouldn't be shocked. But I'm just not gonna put no money on Cincinnati.
No.
But if you do play the spread and put some money on Cincinnati in
good money.
Vegas,
Yeah.
you'll win. Just maybe put like $100 on them.
Yeah.
You'll be decent.
Yeah.
So I may do something like that, man. So what's y'all plans though for the Super Bowl? I'm having something at the crib, bro.
You doing something this year?
Wifey come through, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We had just made plans for it. Honestly, I didn't have no plans.
He always do
No,
that
man.
too, wifey.
Ain't-
Always do that. Every
I
time.
swear, if he'd have just told 2 days ago,
Here we
he'd have told
go
me that
again.
we were going to him for Super Bowl. If I'd known this 2 days ago.
It's a far ride though, anyway, man.
It don't matter. I'm going to play.
It's the Super Bowl. Ooh.
So it don't matter.
Man.
That's what I'm going to watch.
That may be closer. You don't think that's closer? You hit the 55.
Well, from where I am, yeah, it's about 40
Yeah,
minutes. It'll take me
it's the
longer,
same. Yeah, it's the same because you had to come to Humble Park from
Yeah.
where I'm at, and then Plainfield you could
It's
just.
taking longer than that to get to you, though.
It may not. Well, how long does it take you to get here?
About 30 minutes.
So I am like 10 minutes away from here.
it's about the
So
same
about
time.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thanks for doing it again to me, Skills. It's cool though. I remember. Hey, you don't remember this, and wifey, I don't know. Shout out to Charlotte, my man's wife. She in the building. I love her so much. We was remember when we started the Lyrics to Go thing?
Yeah. U.S. Big Company.
We met, but no. Like after that, we was trying to put something together. We was trying to really. We was having meetings and everything.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Sheena was there. We met at my mama crib,
your mama
bro.
crib. I remember
on
that.
31st. We came in, we met, we was really trying
That was
to
at
put
the
something
very
together.
beginning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried to put and then I think we came to y'all crib too.
You
When
made
y'all
it.
was on
We was on
on
Lawndale,
Spalding,
yeah.
or Lawndale, I'm
Lawndale,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Lawndale,
so
yeah.
I mean it's just cool. Like it's a lot of history there, man.
It
That's
is.
that's pretty damn cool.
That was
Lyrics to
awesome
go.
Damn show too. We did that Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So we did some stuff.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
we was able to keep it moving, but we had some.
Well, we gonna do. We I got something cooking, bro.
We did some hell of it. We did some.
But
great
you
shows.
ain't even on that though. So
Well, listen.
you talking about
that's
wish
fine. We got
we could keep it moving. But one of the reasons why it's not moving is because you not.
I'm not moving.
All right,
Well,
so
inspire me, goddamn it. Send me some things.
it's only so much I can do, Skills. I'm not a magician, brother. With that being said, fellas, I really appreciated this one,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Some more lax situation.
Absolutely.
We'll do it again very soon. So let me ask y'all a question before we get out of here.
Go for it.
Can you wear orange hats in the winter?
I mean, somebody
I
said you
don't
can't,
know.
but I can't call.
So I
I'm wearing
got
a white hoodie in the winter.
Hey, so-
I don't know if I'm the right person.
I got a white hoodie on too.
I don't think
So
we're
first
supposed to be wearing
off,
white in the winter. So I don't
shout
think
out to
they-
Calico Productions, right? Because that
Yes, sir.
is what's making this just to be clear.
Yeah.
That's what's making this situation look like the way it's looking. You got different angles and everything is. Shout out to Calico Productions and shout out to Vibe City Live Radio, my man CO.
Yes, sir.
Just everything comes together because of those brothers, but this brother Calico does it
Absolutely.
for real. Like the video Prosper that's out right now streaming. He recorded that and he just does a great job in editing all of this situation that we do. So shout out to Calico on behalf of the 606 Whateva podcast. That being said, remember I told you got to build up before you tear down, just like what I did to you last week when you said that Ryan Pace would still be here.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
wrong.
Yeah,
That was
you
absolutely
said that.
Can you
said
wear
it. You said
orange
it.
hats in the winter?
That's interesting.
I never heard of. Now I know they say white. You can't wear white after what?
Labor Day.
Labor Day,
I'm
right?
supposed to wear white after Labor
Can you wear orange hats
You
in the
wear what
winter?
you want.
Because I'm gonna
It's,
get on his ass.
everybody have
if
their
I
own
get the
opinion.
good consistency,
Yeah.
and I figure out you can. You know, he had me ready to tuck the hat.
I don't know if
You
that's
know,
true.
I'm like, no. You are born with confidence, black man. Don't tuck your hat because somebody say something. And I left it on, but I'm like, can you wear orange hats?
Well, I tell you what, wear it again.
I will.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you?
Calico, I'm not worried about anything. Anything at all you say. Just make sure these recordings are up to par. And I'll pay you as well. This is the 606 Whateva podcast. 2 of them, y'all.
We out.